Good morning, everyone, and welcome to No Filter Friday. It's Dimitra Hadjidiakos, co-founder of Autism Learning Center in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I pretend cleaned my kitchen for you, and I moved all of the dirty dishes to the other side, and I'm drinking this out of this cup that says, I don't know, maybe it's backwards for you. It says, sorry for what I said before coffee. Okay, so this kind of sets the theme for today. Okay, so I've had a couple of questions this week that all sort of fall under the same umbrella. So I thought that this would be a really great topic for today. What do we do when our kids are activated? They're like lit, right? So this is a show, and what do we do? We're either at home or we're in public, and what is it that we can do to help our child or our student? If you're a teacher or an education assistant, my favorite people on the planet tuning in right now, a grandparent, a neighbor, a friend, what is it that we can do? You can Google. Dr. Google will tell you all sorts of things that aren't true. Or we can go back to what is best practice teaching for children and adults who have autism. Okay? So not much different from if we're having a bad day. We don't want people kind of in our face saying, well, you should be happy and you should be happy about this and you should be happy about that. That would drive us really up the wall, right? So it will drive our children up the wall. So we're not going to try to reason, okay? What we are going to try to do in a very kind yet firm manner, have a no response, okay? So there's no response, folks, none, okay? It's not a cold response. It isn't an angry response, right? It's a no response. No response, okay? If you cannot do this, I could not do this when my kids were little, I'll be honest with you. I had a really nice lady from St. Amant say to me, turn around, turn your back like this, and just pretend you're doing something, okay? This was before we all had cell phones and we actually had things to do on our cell phones. So now what we tell parents is just turn your back and just, make it look like you're doing something on your phone, right? If your child comes in front of you and says like, why aren't you acknowledging me? Just say, I'm just waiting for you. Looks like you're having a minute here, and I'll just kind of do this until you're done. Okay. So if we are looking for real life situations where this happens, it is when our kids don't get what they want. And this could be that they had something in their head of something that was going to happen, and it's not going to work out the way that they wanted it to work out. Or it could just be that we've explained something to them that was just not to their liking. Okay, so you can be warm though. There's all this, well, you can't hug. Well, find the paper that tells me you can't hug. You sure can. Just make sure that when you are hugging that, you're saying things like, I'm sorry you feel that way, and nothing else, okay? And I see that you're sad, okay? Information only. We don't want to get into a back and forth, okay? So we don't want to get into, we'll talk about this later, if you keep crying for 5 more minutes, I'm going to take away your phone, or those types of things. But you can, say reassuring things like, I understand that you're sad. Okay, information only. Okay, I'm sorry that you feel this way. Those are pretty much the only 2 things that I would recommend you say, actually. Oh, so just keep it to the bare minimum if you feel like you have to say something. But sometimes kids are having a meltdown and they just come at you and they just want to hug. There is no paper that says best practice teaching is to put them in the corner and then to turn your back. There is no paper that says that, okay? So anybody saying that on the internet, please go away, okay? We can hug, but we're just going to be information only and as much as possible a no response. Okay, I hope that was really great advice going into the weekend. And thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We really appreciate the views and the comments and the feedback, and parents stopping me and saying that they're watching, because at one point I thought it was just my mom watching. So thank you so much. And please do leave comments below, because I will talk about things that I think are relevant. But if you would like to know something, please know that I will put something together and I will make a video. Okay, thanks so much. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.